Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will show you how to easy and in a quick 4 steps color grade your footage from DJI D-Log M, and we're going to use on this example the footage from DJI Mini 5 Pro drone. And you can get your footage from this to this. And obviously we're going to have to start from software, and for this we're going to use a DaVinci Resolve. We're going to use the latest version 20. You can go to the website, you can download the free version, just click on that, or buy the studio version, but the free version will perfectly work for this tutorial. After we're going to install the DaVinci Resolve, obviously we're going to have to load the first video. Then let's get to the video, let's drag that video into the DaVinci Resolve, change the frame rate and drag this to the timeline. And now we can move to the color page where we can start our color grading. And now we're going to have to start from LUT, and we're going to need to get a LUT from the official DJI website. And we're going to have to go to the official DJI website and make sure your location is, like for example, I got on the UK, is located, it's been changed to the location where the actually your drone has been released, because we're going to work on the DJI Mini 5 Pro drone. And if you are using the US website, then you're not going to find a lot there because it's not released yet there. And we're going to have to go to the support, go to the download center, software, transcoders, and find the correct LUT. Obviously, you can use that tutorial for any different D-Log M, like for Mavic 4 Pro, that will perfectly work. But in this example, we're going to use that from DJI Mini 5 Pro drone, D-Log M to Rec 709 LUT. Choose correct the software you're working on, Mac or Windows. We're working on the Windows now. Then let's get this LUT. Okay, after we download that LUT, obviously we're gonna have to import that LUT to the DaVinci Resolve. How we can do this? We're gonna have to be on the color page, click on the LUTs, find the folder where it's called DJI. There's already folder there called DJI, and if we right click, open file location, that's gonna open the location of the file from the LUTs, but they already into the DaVinci Resolve, and we're gonna have to copy or move the LUT what we download from the official website to this folder. Then let's go to that LUT what we got from our official website, and let's move here. And now we go back to the DaVinci Resolve. We click refresh here, and that's already gonna show us that LUT here. Okay, let's close this one. Let's close the clips. We're going to have a little more view to work. And there's one thing what we can do before we're going to start the color grading. We can change the, on our color page, let's go to the color page, timeline setting. We can change our timeline resolution. Because as a default, if you are project settings as a default, it's going to go to the HD, and we can change to the 4K. That was recorded in a 4K. And as you can see, that's going to give us a little bit more details, and we're going to see the colors a little bit better. Obviously, if you're working in the slower computer, you can stay in the HD, but if it is going to work for you nicely, then you can change to the 4K, and that's going to give you a little bit more details. You're going to see the colors a little bit better. And this is actually where our color grading is going to start, and we're going to start from step 1, applying the LUT. Then right click on the node, LUT, find the folder DJI, find that DJI Mini 5 Pro D-Log M to Rec 709 LUT, and apply that LUT. And as you can see, boom, quickly, easy, color grading done. We can say probably approximately 80% is done of color grading. As you can see, how big difference is that. Sometimes you may not have to do anything else. You can just apply that LUT, and then this is gonna give you a very good, nice color grading. But we're gonna do a couple of more steps. We're gonna do 3 more steps to get our video a little bit better quality, to give them a little bit more colors, to correct exposure, correct the saturations and contrast and things like that. Then we're gonna start from a step 2, but first we can arrange this a little bit better. Then right click, node label, and we're gonna call this LUT. Okay, and we're gonna this call ours a LUT, and we're gonna leave this on the end on the right side. Now we're gonna go to the step 2, And our second step is gonna be exposure. Then we're gonna start, like after the LUT, we're gonna start from exposure, and we're gonna have to add the node before. Then we can just simply click the Shift S and add the node before, or if you want, just right click on the node, add the node, serial node before, and we're gonna call this node label as exposure. And we're gonna start obviously from exposure. And the one more thing, we have to add this node before the LUT. The LUT is going to be like our main video with the LUT, and we're not going to do any correction after, because if you do the correction after that LUT, they're going to work a little bit different, and we want to apply all the color correction before that final video, that main final LUT correction. And we can start our second step, the exposure. And what exactly exposure is doing, we're going to apply some like a brightness or darkness to the image to make an image a little bit brighter or darker, our video. And what we're going to use for that, we're going to use some tool what are going to help us to understand the colors, where we're not going like overexpose or underexpose, like we're not going to go too dark. Then we're going to use that scope here, and we're going to use the parade. If you don't see that, maybe you got to switch this one off, then make sure you got a scope on and choose the parade. And what we don't want to go, we don't want to go over that line 1023, and we don't want to go over that below the 0. Then below 0 is going to be like too dark. That's going to be overexposed. And I'm just going to show you what we're going to use for that. If we're going to use that wheels, you could obviously use all 4 wheels. It depends what you want to gain, because this one, the first one, the offset is going to just move the whole colors up or down. But usually we're using the gain, lift, or gamma, because the gain is just working on the top of the colors. As you can see, it's moving most of the colors up, and it's not really working. It's just like a dragging them out. It's like a stretching them out, the top colors. The lift is like a stretching the bottom colors. It's just moving the most of the colors. Then we on the lifts we can working on like a darkest color. On the gain we can work on a lightest color. On the gamma we can work on the middle colors. As you can see, that's moving the middle colors here. The offset is like moving the whole complete colors up or whole complete colors down. For example, if you recorded the video and you forget to change the auto balance, you may adjust this one slightly, but obviously you don't want to make any like a big change when you adjusting that colors here, when you do the exposure change. And for me, that video is a little bit too dark. Then we're going to adjust some brightness here. We're going to add some brightness. We're going to make this video a little bit more brighter. Then we can go more. I think that is enough, more than enough. As you can see, it is quite bright, but I want to make this video bright. The one thing what I'm usually doing from DJI Drones in the D-Log M, I'm removing a little bit of the red color, because I'm finding the DJI applying a lot of the red color. How I'm doing this one, I'm applying on the darkest places, -1 on the red. Definitely you will see the difference here. If you look here, you see the difference. See with the -1, you see how red is that, and that's red has been removed. And I like to remove the red colors from the DJI, just the red color. And now we're gonna go to our step 3, where we're gonna apply some temperature and saturation correction, and we're gonna have to add the node after, then Alt S, add the serial node after, or right click, add a node, add a serial node, Alt S, and we can label that node, and we can call this temperature / saturation. And we're gonna start from temperature and saturation now. And temperature, we're gonna change the colors to more warm colors or more cold colors. We can use the auto white balance. That's gonna help us understand if the colors should go to the more like a colder or more like a warmer colors. You have to find the most closer to the white place. Then you have to tell the DaVinci Resolve this is the white color, and you click on the white, and that's gonna apply you some correction. As you can see, that apply very, very small correction, and that could be fine. If you want to get a little bit, just a slightly change to the cold colors, or you can go warm colors right or left to the more cold colors. I think I'm gonna go to more colder colors, and I'm gonna go to something close to the 100. And obviously the Temperature is all depend how you want the video to look. If you want to look more colder colors or more warmer colors. That video was recorded with really like warm colors. Then I want to bring them a little bit down to get a little bit more colder. Because I think I'm liking that the way how this is look like. Then we can stay on the -100. You can always as well type it if you want. And the tint we can leave the what is applied automatically. And because I quite like that how this applied the tint this way. And now we're gonna do saturation. Saturation, we go here, and saturation you're gonna saturate the colors. You're gonna make a color more like more saturated, yeah. And if you go right saturating, you can go all the way to say 100. As you can see, it's crazy saturated. We're gonna do something probably like 53. That's gonna be enough. And just remember, always when you're making the color on exposure, don't go over too crazy. Look on the scope here, temperature as well. If you're doing the temperature saturation, don't go too crazy. Don't go with your colors all the way out, because that's gonna look unnatural. It's not gonna be they're not gonna have like a natural colors. You want this to look as close as it is recorded, how it is look like on the real life. Yeah, then I think 53. Obviously you want to crank a little bit of the colors, you want to crank a little bit of how the video look, you want to get this a little bit better, but the small changes, only small changes. And yeah, I think that's all. You can always click on the number on the notes to switch them off and see the difference. As you can see, the difference are not super crazy, but we don't want to get this super crazy. Yeah, then small change on the end, they're gonna give us a very good results. Exposure, you can see that give us a lot of brightness. As you can see, that was very dark and that was very red colors, and we remove this one. We add a little bit of the temperature and saturation. That's already look nicer, and we can go to our next step, and it's going to be a last step, the fourth step. Okay, and our next step is going to be a contrast. Then Alt S, node label, contrast, and obviously we're going to do some contrast correction. And I like to use the curves for the contrast corrections. Obviously you got contrast here as well, but I like to do the curves because the curves you can control the colors, the contrast on the only on the darkest colors, and you can control on the only on like the brightest colors, on the like lightest color. And I always like to do it with the curves, and then I apply a little bit of the contrast here as well. But then I will show you how to do it. We're gonna have to apply some of the points in the curves. If you don't see the curves, this is probably because you got different tabs selected. For example, you may have this one, then you have to go to the curves and make sure you got first custom selected, because you may have something else selected here. Then you got curves, and we're gonna apply some points as well to help add the points more accurate on the middle. If you hold the shift button, that will help you to add them on the middle, because if you apply them here, for example, you can see is already moving the line and is already applying. You don't want to move this one. You want to keep this in the middle, and we're gonna move in the second when we apply all the points. Then shift, applying the points here, another one on the middle here as well. I'm applying the one on the middle here. That's what I'm usually doing. And why here, and why here, and why here? Okay, because this place is gonna control the colors where they are more like exposure colors. You see, it's only control the colors where the contrast on the where the colors has been exposure, like too much light on it. This one is gonna only control the colors on the darkest places of your image. And you can see you can control some of the contrast only in this place. Then we're gonna apply some contrast here. I think that's as well. Don't go too crazy, just a small contrast. And then you can see that you have a little bit more details here. This is a little bit better here. You see that was like that, and it's like that. Then you applying some contrast here as well. You bring in some details as well, and a little bit of the contrast on the darkest places. Yeah. And here we're gonna apply some contrast here. As you can see, this is the place where it was like a little bit overexposed. Then we can bring some of the details. can see if you go this way, it's a little bit too bright. But if we go down, we bring in the dark, like a lightest down, and we bring in some of the details back, and it's more contrast in this place only. After that, you can use this as well, the middle one, which just add a little bit of contrast. That's adding like a contrast to the whole complete image. Let's get this point back. If you want to make a change, if for example delay the points, then right click on the point and then shift left click, and then you can go back. Yeah, the right click is removing the points, left click is adding the points. Yeah, and then obviously shift is helping you to don't move the line when you're applying the points. So when you're gonna start working on it, you're gonna understand what I mean about holding the shift. We can go this a little bit down slightly, very slightly gent, and we can apply some contrast here as well. I like to apply the contrast here as well after to get a little bit more contrast, and the contrast is going to help us as well to add some like sharpness to the image, and you can have a little bit more details. And I will leave this one like that. The only small changes, you don't want to go like super contrasty or something like that, then I think that 1.20 is fine, and all this change here. Then that's how our video look like, and that's how our correction look like. This is all very quick 4 steps. Then first the LUT, and this is giving you approximately like 80% of the work. Then we're gonna go to the exposure as well. Small changes here. It's all depend on the video. You may want to play with the lift a little bit, with the gamma, with the gains, depend how the video was recorded and what you're expecting to gain from that correction. Then temperature saturation as well. Don't make any big changes. Temperature here, you can go with the auto correction, auto white balance, and that's going to give you a little bit of the guidance which way the color should go, warmer or colder, but all depend as well. If you want to get warmer color, just go to the warmer colors. And then we're going to do some contrast and curves and a little bit of the contrast, like a global contrast to the whole video. And yeah, and that's it. All color correction is done. And yeah, guys, that's all. That's everything for this video. As you can see, in a very quick 4 steps, when you got a lot already from DJI, then after that, it's going to take you up to 5 minutes, maybe, that color correction, not more than that. And you can always copy that, or you can save this as a LUT and use this for the future, for your different video. And yeah, that's all. That's everything for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you find this video useful, and we'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.